The following steps will help the designer to assess the optimum material and manufacturing process. The Manufacturing, Economics, and Alternatives section of this site also has information on economic assessment and compares die casting with alternate materials and processes, and is helpful in assessing economic constraints. Begin with a concise, descriptive statement of product objectives. The example die casting designs found throughout this website, which illustrate the unusual and innovative as well as the traditional in die casting applications, will be helpful. Also documented on this site are the design theories for reducing the application at hand to the optimum form for the product and for die casting. The Working Environment section presents a guide to systematic assessment of the working environment, which helps to interpret product constraints in the context of the operating environment. Subsequent information on economic assessment directly compares die casting with alternate materials and processes, and is helpful in assessing economic constraints. During the preliminary design phase, it is important to configure the product for the material/process combination to be employed. Information presented later on die casting and manufacturing criteria offers a comprehensive guide to developing the optimum geometry for die casting. Guidelines on structural criteria, assemblies, finish machining, and surface treatment are useful in this phase of the program. The die caster should be involved in the product development by the time the program reaches the preliminary design phase. In some cases, involvement should begin sooner. Key information will be presented on this website to build a working knowledge of the die casting process as a sound basis for interacting with the die caster. When the preliminary design is complete, it is usually necessary to verify it by finite element analysis or fabricating and testing prototypes. A review of applicable prototyping strategies will assist the designer in developing a strategy that is appropriate to the die casting process and the application under development. It also identifies properties that are and are not evaluated in the selected prototyping process. The procurement and testing of production samples normally completes the product development process. At this point, the prototyping strategy should be reviewed to determine which of the properties of the end product were and were not adequately reviewed during the prototyping phase.